Welcome to Monday, the 28th of November, 2022. My name is Jimmy Bradbury. Help people create online businesses based on their knowledge and expertise, their wisdom that they've already got. And I've been doing this for the last 4 years. I've coached hundreds of people now, Olympic athletes, CEOs, single parents working from home, best-selling authors, actors, physiotherapists, and the list goes on. And I've also got my own courses and programs. And I was reflecting over the weekend because I mentioned this last week that I feel so many people today are stressed and anxious. They're worried about their jobs, they're worried about the economy, they're worried about what's been on the news, they're worried about all these things, and it's causing a lot of stress. And I said last week I was going to put something together that would help people, which is really putting all my knowledge and experience and pulling it together in a masterclass I'm going to run next week. But a little bit more about that in a moment. But I was reflecting over the weekend, over the 4 years and coaching people, hundreds of people to build online business, what was the number one thing? What was the number one thing that people would always ask me? And I want to share this with you today and give you maybe some ideas and just also how I go about it. So there's four things that I believe will help you solve this problem. If you're looking to take your knowledge and experience on any topic, whether it's a hobby you've got, a skill set, a profession, whatever it is, you have to look at it from four ways. There are 4 questions you really got to ask yourself. Number one, what are you really passionate about? What do you love doing? If somebody was to say to you, you're watching this video, say, hey, Jimmy, what is it that you're really passionate about doing? That would be number one. Number two, what do you feel you've got skill in? Number three, what is it other people need help with? And number 4, what is it they're prepared to pay you for? Like if you get the first 3 right, so if you get the first 3, your passion, your skill, what other people want, that's essentially a hobby. If you're able to then monetize it with the 4th thing, then you've got a business. So I'll give you an example. I don't have an academic teaching background. I've never taught in a university or in a school up until 2019. So I don't have any degrees from college in teaching, but I do have a passion for helping young people today get on in life. I've got a daughter who's dyslexic, and a real passion for me is helping her, as I love to help all of the young people get on in life. So that's number one. Number 2, I believe I have a skill that I've got knowledge and experience that I want to share with other people. And the skill really is around mindset, because I've come through a whole journey in my own life, both on a business and personal life, that's built huge amounts of mindset, resilience, belief, getting rid of old thoughts and beliefs that just don't serve me today, that I grew up with. So I've got a lot of awareness around mindset, and I believe I've got a big skill to help other people in that area. Number 3, using the 4 questions, there are lots of people who need that help out there today, particularly young people. And number 4, will they pay you for it? So to give you an example of that, of those 4 things, is that in 2019, I was invited by a school to teach my Young Entrepreneurs Academy, teaching the young people today how it is to become more resilient, how to become more mindfulness, how to have more compassion, how to have more empathy, how to be more happier in their life beyond the schooling system that we all know today, all around the world, is broken. It's a throwback from the Industrial Revolution 250 years ago, and it's not teaching the kids today what they really need help with around all those topics that I just mentioned. So I put together a course and program, and I started teaching it in schools. 1 school in Australia became 2, became 3. And then, if you know my story, I put it online in 2019, and people from all around the world started buying it and still buying it today. But I don't have a background in teaching academically in schools and colleges. I don't have a qualification, but I do have those 4 things in play with that course. And that's why I believe it's selling and people are buying it so well. Is 1, I have a passion for helping young people. Number two, I believe I have a skill that the young people today need around those topics that I mentioned: mindfulness, resilience, building better self-esteem, compassion, empathy, all these things that they don't learn in school. I believe that there are, the third piece, I believe that kids and parents today want that, definitely want it. And number four, they're prepared to pay you for it, and they were prepared to pay me, and they still are buying my courses. Those are four things. If you can answer those four things, you will solve the number one problem if you're looking to build an online business. Solve those four things. Ask yourself those four things. In fact, actually send a text to 5 of your best friends and ask them what they think your passion is. What do you think? What do they think you've got a skill in? What do they think other people might want? And what do they think other people might pay you for? You'll be surprised by the answers. And that will help you get to first base online in understanding what is your thing, what's your area of expertise that you want to share with the world. And I put together a little free piece of content around that, like it's a workbook that I'm going to use for the webinar, the masterclass that I've got coming up the week after next, which is the 6th and 7th of December. I'll put a link below here, and it is going to be a masterclass around how to recession-proof your life in these very challenging and turbulent times by creating either a side project or a full-time business online, sharing your knowledge and expertise. Like, it's essentially, that's why it took me a whole weekend to think about how I was going to put this together. Basically, it's my last 4 years of my own journey, my own courses, my own programs, and coaching other people on how to do it. Distill it into an hour-long masterclass, and I'm going to teach you that number one thing. I'm going to teach you that in more detail. I'm going to teach you how to create, market, and sell your very first online course. And I'm going to teach you what a lot of people want today. They've seen it before in some of my presentations, I know. My $1 million roadmap, that if I was to start all over again and go back 4 years, these are the 4 things in sequential order that I would do to build a $1 million online business that's 7 figures in 1 year. Yeah, there's work involved. There is work involved. The work is mainly in your head. But if you follow these 4 steps and get some support and coaching, you can build a 7-figure online business by following these 4 steps. And I'll show you that in the roadmap that I'm going to teach in the webinar the week after next. So it'll be the 6th and 7th of December. 2 big time zones in the world. Make sure I'm catering for those. And I'm going to put a link below here where you can register for both of those, or one of those if you want. And you'll get that free workbook on how it is you can get your number one thing in place and get that crystal clear, because that's the starting point. There'll be a link below. Just click on that link and you'll get that free content. Hopefully that's helped you, and I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.